Hello, hello, hello. Well, I'm a bit more cheerful today, even though I have noticed that my bolt cutters have gone missing as well as my buzz gun. It is a consideration, of course, that they've taken those so they can break back in, use my tool to steal some more. I have managed to acquire myself some much more heavy-duty padlocks, the kind of padlocks that I don't think you can possibly get into with a simple pair of bolt cutters. Things must go on. I must continue with my quest to do rover things and be slightly unhinged. Last night I put a post up on Facebook of a tool just like mine and said, you know, if you see one, nobody's going to do, but I thought I would do it anyway. You know, it's just one of those ways that you fix your annoyance by telling people about it. Possibly that. But also to say that, you know, if you see one being offered without a charger, it's probably mine. Unsurprisingly, it's annoyed a few people. But it also, you know, it was also rather positive as well how nice people can be about this thing. But my mate Boaty, what did he go and do? He only goes and makes me a charity case, which is it's very nice of him, but it's also it's also a bit embarrassing as well. And from that, quite a few people have bunged in a few quid to help me get another tool, because actually that tool was one of my most used tools, because when you're constantly trying to do things with a ratchet, lots and lots of little bolts everywhere, it can be quite time consuming and a bit achy army as well. So anything to relieve the achy army is always quite a good thing. Nothing will stop me. In fact, actually, I've had a comment on my video yesterday from, is it Rover Alligator? No, Rover Ender Alligator. It's a funny name, isn't it? And he basically said that having a kind of a blog like this doesn't actually help, because it means that more people are aware of what I'm doing, and what I have, and what I don't have. But that isn't a reason to stop doing it. And it isn't a reason to stop doing it, and it's not going to be a reason for me to stop doing it, because if there's one thing that I can offer for the people that like the kind of videos that I make, are the videos I make. So why should I stop doing that just because of a risk of the wrong person seeing them? In actual fact, if you are the wrong kind of person watching this right now, bollocks to you. Seems very unlikely though. I think the kind of people that go around places like this in the evening looking for easy pickings probably don't watch YouTube videos like this. Nah, they're probably more likely to be fixated on the Teletubbies. So, the other thing I need to talk about today is this car there. That's a Rover. It's a Rover 45 in what's that red called? Can't remember its name. Bifrost, that's it. Yeah, just making sure. I wasn't sure for a second whether it was the older red that they had. What was that one now? They had so many different reds. No wonder Rovers tend to be red. I mean, that one there, the Nightfire red, they had various shades of Nightfire red, and then they replaced that with another red, which I can't remember its name at the moment, and then they replaced that with this red, and none of them look that different. Anyway, I'm going to be putting this car up for sale. Oh, I'm going to be doing that work with Boaty on the Mustard and Boaty Do Cars thing. I'm not entirely sure. I think that's what. I don't know. Whatever the case, it needs a good clean up first. It doesn't look too dirty there, but I know just how good Firefrost red is when it's properly cleaned up. Yeah. Oh, there's a squirrel over there.
There's one person who I know of did eat them where I come from.
That one wouldn't eat. It's far too small. nephew. He just happened to pop by and thought, you can't pop by without bringing me a couple of beers. And I agree. Thanks. Pity I missed that. Coming the other way just then was another Firefrost Red Rover 45, driven by the traditional old man. He didn't seem to notice a car almost exactly the same as his coming the other way though. I think he was a bit too distracted by some bingo ladies. Those small ladies with big jackets on and raincoats and curly hair in funny kind of purple colours. He was very much distracted by that. Shame they've knocked that building down. There used to be a building just there, made out of the same stone as that big pile of rubble. You might be wondering where I am going. You might not be. You might not be watching it. You might not be watching it to know that I'm going anywhere. But that's kind of irrelevant. But I am going somewhere. I'm going over to have dinner with Craig. And that's why I'm wearing my best work clothes, which I've been wearing all day. This Rover 45 is up for sale, but I've yet to clean it and do all the other things with it first, and I'm just having my inspection. I mean, it should be quite good because it was a Rover Revival car. My first impression though is it's not quite as refined and as smooth and as nice as my 45 called Alfie, but it does feel a bit more responsive, and that's interesting because this is a 1.4 engine rather than a 1.6. Normally I take care of selling my own cars, but on this instance it's going to be left to the job of the tall man who tells me I do a terrible job of selling cars. I mean, I think he's incorrect, but he tells me consistently enough for me to believe that that's what he actually thinks. This is rather unfortunate. I'm going to be all cagey and mysterious now and not tell you what I've just seen. It's very, very interesting. One day you'll know all about it. Possibly. Saving what is possibly the best bit till last. My real reason for going over to see Craig there is that he's lending me a buzz gun. It's not the best one. It's not got particularly good batteries with it, but it's definitely going to help me out a great deal until I get a really decent one. So, thank you to him and to everybody else and to the next person that does something nice. Thank you.